Bro, what the fuck? Whoa!
Yeah. Babe. Yeah. Hey. I just wanna touch the tide, baby said that she in love and she don't love a lie. Been chillin' with all the birds, I've been above the spot. Shawty said that things change, well it does a lot. Hey, watching out the payment, man, the suds is high. Yeah, lost inside the heart, but it's emerging right. I've been out the way and I'm good, I can find my home. Everything I said it was is not. Yeah, Jamaica, how you layin'? Yeah, you ain't say none, what you saying? Baby, I lost you, but who's paying? Don't know why you hit my phone, why you playing? Yeah, I can't handle it without the trusting, yeah. I can see the top, I wanna touch it, yeah. We been getting money, no discussion. Now I don't let the top of shorty always get the fussing, yeah. Hey, I like to cruise on it. Say she like the way I sound and how I groove on them. I been steady dodging bullets, how I move on them. But he talking out his neck and not a crew on them, yeah. And I'm sliding. Shawty like the vibe, don't want the right in, yeah. To the nice end, yeah. To the nice end. I can always keep the cool, I'm never fighting. Man, I love is all the cake without the icing. Now I found new love, different pricing. And it won't cost my soul, no devices. Yeah, I ain't got a plan for it, I'm the man for it. Selling Brody couldn't stand for it, it's very important. I've been off the edge, I've been feeling the wind blowing. I can lose my head and my heart, but they been gone. I just hit the head of stairs when it's dead time. I just lost promises, I regret mine. I just gained a lot of love on the west side. I'm the GOAT, but I would never be the best guy. You might take me out of business like a Best Buy. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Yeah. Talk about the go to maybe soon, I know that's right. Thinking about the future, looking good and it's the best side. I remember.
What is going on, people? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas Eve, and most importantly, welcome back to Ride the Tide Sports Podcast, Season 3, Episode 34. It's a Christmas Eve football extravaganza, and you got all four of the boys with you. McDilly, Snoop Luke, Tycho, and the Wanderer, and we're here to talk all things football and get you ready for the weekend of Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Hey, look, all I got to say is a couple of parlay hitters been hitting this week, and there's no reason to stop the train now. So Luke and I might have something cooking up. Not sure yet, but I hit a big lay earlier in the week, that 25 for 900, which is a great bet, definitely a great bet. But we do have a new best bet in the house. It was a $25 bet, but he cashed over more than $1,200 yesterday.
There we are.
What's going on?
Well, you see, it was yesterday. We had our little friend's Christmas gift giving thing, and I was looking at the NHLA because I realized I didn't throw my hockey lay because it was the last day of hockey, and I had to. And I saw the Stars and the Avs. They were down 0-2. I was like, you know what? It's been a lot of comebacks. We're throwing on the comeback. Then we had to trust the Golden Knights and the Flames to pull it out in a shootout and overtime to finish the lay out to turn 25 into 1267, baby.
Oh, that's exactly what we love to see, Luke. Merry Christmas to you, my guy.
2 overtimes and a shootout in that lay, with the Knights tying the game up with 1:30 in their game to bring it into extra.
Hey, you absolutely love to see it. Hey, make sure you guys check out me and Luke right now on the Sharps app. Make sure you guys download the Sharps app today. That is $SHARPZ. Sharps app. Make sure you guys get the Sharps app. Follow me and Luke today. You can follow our picks on there. Follow all the other guys that have picks on there. We're banging picks out every day. We're doing it on the podcast. We're doing it on the Sharps app. Make sure when we don't have a podcast, you're checking out the Sharps app so you can still follow those picks and ride those lays, because 25 into more than $1,000 or 25 into 900, hey, that's way more than $25. So that's a good start. That's a good start. But Jesse, hey, look, it's Christmas, man. Everyone's getting that Christmas fund up. You got a Christmas parlay you're going to be placing? You got something? I feel like you're due now. You almost have to be.
This is the Christmas lay. We're here to we want to win money.
Oh, okay. He's already got it. I didn't even know. This was unplanned.
We win money out here. So we got the Lions money line along with it.
For sure. Okay, yeah.
He gets the deep balls. I think J.C. Horn's going to be paying a lot of attention to Amon-Ra. Jeremy Chin going to be playing that top ball, but he's going to get beat one good time.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, over or under 77.5 passing yards. I think that's what it is. Just off that comment.
He should go over, but that's if they can do their game plan. I don't think
for sure. All right. Keep going.
Bengals money line. Bills plus 4.5 against the Bears. We know they're winning, but we here to make money. Though. Tennessee Titans plus 6.5.
Appreciate you.
Plus 22.5. We don't know how the Chiefs are feeling. Falcons plus 17.5. Ravens don't even score that many points. Vikings plus 6.5. Who are the Giants? Browns plus 7.5. I think they should do fine. And then 49ers plus 4.5. 15 for 411.
Hey, there it is. Hey, if there's one person that's due that can legally gamble that isn't Dylan because he's the only one that's in 21 yet, still 2 more years, but hey, we're getting there. That's the lay, folks. If there's someone that's due, he's due. But with that being said, we got a lot to get into. We got some NFL football to get into today, and you guys are going to want to follow these picks. It's probably going to get a little intense today. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we're going to disagree in a lot of areas, but someone's going to be very successful today. So without further ado, we'll get into today's NFL picks for the Week 16 slate.
I think it won't be like too big of a blowout.
Barkley down the sideline. Saquon Barkley.
You don't fuck with Aaron.
Some teams, it doesn't matter. I think it's going to be a very mucky dub, and it's going to get ugly.
They have the chance to lose themselves a game, probably.
Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable!
I would also like to add the fact real quick before we get into this. Last week in the Lions game, I had Amon-Ra St. Brown for a touchdown, and Jared Goff threw it to DJ Chark for a touchdown, Josh Reynolds for a touchdown. Oh, no, this was 2 weeks ago. Fucking Khalif Raymond for a touchdown. Every wide receiver got a touchdown besides Amon-Ra. So with that in mind, he could get one today, but Jared Goff is sharing the ball now.
He is sharing the ball, and those home and road splits are still dangerous.
They are.
But we do have a full NFL Week 16 slate. We have a lot of games this week on Saturday instead of Sunday. God bless the NFL. We still get football all weekend. And for those of you that are like me that will refuse to watch basketball on Christmas, you get football now. So, hey, this year, not a bad year. But let's get into the games this week, starting with the New York Giants at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota is favored by 4.5 points in this game. The over-under at 49.5. Luke, we will start with you. The New York Giants or the Minnesota Vikings?
I will be taking the Minnesota Vikings in this game. Probably, it's a little tough to say if the over is going to hit. I think it might. I think Giants might wake up. Their offense might wake up a tiny bit, score a couple more points than they have been in the past couple weeks. And but Minnesota walks out with this one.
All right, let's go to Jesse.
Minnesota just had a awful first half showing against the Colts, and until the second half, they weren't doing anything. And I feel like they're going to strap up on that defense there. But I don't know about this spread because of the Indianapolis game. But no, I'd take minus 4.5 Vikings. I said this last week and it didn't go well.
Okay. We go to Dylan next.
It's a new week, Jesse.
I'm going to take the Giants plus 4.5. I'm going to take, if Minnesota does win, I don't think it will be by anything blowout. I don't think they're as impressive as they've shown out to be. And I think New York isn't going to win a football game, but I don't think they're going to get smashed here. So I'm going to take New York to cover plus 4.5.
All right. Well, hey, look, when I made the bet originally, I had New York plus 4, so I'm going to take them plus 4.5 as well. So if it moved to 4.5, that's what it's going to be. But I took them at 4, so I'm going to take them at 4.5. I think the Giants, as much as they aren't going to win another game this year, because I believe that just as much as Dylan does, as I said it earlier in this year, I'm holding true to it. But at the same time, Minnesota has won more games by less than 3 points this year than any other team in the NFL, and I think that holds true at a 4.5 spread. I think you can take that confidently, thinking Minnesota will probably win this game by a field goal. I mean, for fuck's sake, the Texans were in overtime last week with the Kansas City Chiefs. This
Is that a real stat?
Yes, they have won more games by less than 3 points than any other team in the NFL this year.
So you know what that means that they
They
exactly
completely flipped their whole franchise around.
Exactly what I said. Like my prediction for them this
Yes.
season was correct 100%.
They've done that. They have done
that. Lost games at the buzzer, and I said all they're going to do is just flip it, and just win them at the buzzer. That's all they've done, and they're 10-3.
I've acknowledged 3 times now that you're correct. We are moving on.
I know.
So,
I'm just saying. That's
the next game that we have up is the
that.
New Orleans Saints heading to Cleveland. Cleveland is favored in this game, -3. The over-under is 32.5. These are professional football players we're talking about. We're going to go to Luke first on this one. The Saints and the Browns.
Well, Deshaun Watson's on my fantasy bench. Just going to start with that.
Okay. All right.
He's no longer getting the start. The Browns, there's probably not going to be a lot of points scored in this game. I still think the Browns come out with this because of their running game. But, I mean, I think this is going to be a really close one. I think it does push the over. I think it does push the over, but barely.
I think it's an easy over when you look at the Saints' run defense and you look at Nick Chubb, and then you look at Deshaun Watson, and if he decides he wants to run a little bit too.
Well, not only Nick Chubb, but the dual factor threat with Kareem Hunt.
A QB scramble. So
right.
I think that I got Cleveland as well. And you know what? I'm going to take Cleveland -3.
No comment on that dual threat factor, huh? My words don't
I
matter.
agree with you. I said I agree.
Oh, okay.
No, I agree. I think that him and Kareem,
I'm like, all right.
it's going to be
Better watch out for Taysom Hill, man.
I think Deshaun and all 3 of them, I think they're going to be a 1-2-3 punch when it comes to just running the football down New Orleans' throat.
I'm taking the over. I feel like this is a little disrespectful. Like we all believe Deshaun has to come to life soon, right? And even if he doesn't, Saints have no run defense.
He's still winning games.
I still think Deshaun will figure it out this season because they can still make playoffs if Baltimore starts to slide.
Which is honestly a lot more likely than people need to realize.
So I think a lot of what today's game is, with an over-under of 32.5, has to do with the fact that no one's going to be able to feel their fucking nuts attached to their body. It is 5 degrees at the moment in Cleveland. The high today in Cleveland is 15 degrees, and the conditions are supposed to be breezy.
So, yeah,
now,
down their neck.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a shitty game. Shitty as in, if you're a guy that consistently goes, yeah, I love points, this is one that you're going to avoid. You might not see it on Red Zone too often, but I'm going to take Cleveland -3 here because I think that they're just the better team, especially in their own elements in Cleveland. I think that they'll thrive in this game.
That 1-2 punch you're talking about, Tide, is exactly where they can use them perfectly.
Exactly.
Run game, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, you're not wrong at all. So let's move on to the next game. We got Luke up first. Detroit is heading to Carolina. Carolina is getting 2.5 points at home. The over-under is 43.5. It is the second coldest ever recorded kickoff in Carolina, in history of Carolina football, and it'll be 34 degrees.
We're used to it. We go to Green Bay every year for Week 18.
Only 34? Wow.
34, second coldest recorded kickoff ever. Luke, what do you got?
I am muted. Well, you see, Detroit's gonna. Well, it's kind of happening. It's finally happening. Detroit's gonna come out here, win this game.
Yeah!
They're taking the dub here, which that only frightens me. Because now that Detroit has me believing, this is usually when they stab me in the fucking heart.
I was just about to say, I'm too confident in Detroit, which makes me want to take Carolina +2.5.
You know, I'm speaking for every Lions fan. Everyone's excited for this shit. Everyone's loving it, hyping it up. But everyone is shitting bricks because they know these are the moments where the Lions fucking stab you in the heart and ruin your hopes and dreams.
Actually, you know what? I kind of just went full villain
They've never been on a 6-1 stretch.
I kind of just went full villain mode last podcast against the Lions, so I feel like if there's any time to do it, it's now. So I'm going to take the Panthers money line.
I want this to happen.
Dylan, Jesus
Their
thanks
pass
you.
goes
The
against them.
Lord thanks you. I thank you. And I think most of Detroit thanks you as well.
You're
Jesse
welcome.
does not feel the same, but let's go to Jesse.
You're welcome. I had to fade y'all so Detroit would win.
I'm not having it. Carolina ain't touching this fucking game. Fuck Sam Darnold. I don't know what he about. We've seen him get pushed out of that starting role many, many times. So the Lions should be able to take care of it. Like, he should be a -2.5.
100%. And Wild Fuller 125, not notoriously the Lions fan on the show, coming in saying Lions making the playoff run. Let's go Lions. And that's
Switch
gonna
the
be
fuck up, AJ.
that's gonna be hey, you know what?
Switch the fuck
You know what?
up.
You know what? Hey, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know why? Because that's gonna be the ultimate comeuppance. We'll end up playing you in the playoffs, Minnesota, and then we'll beat you again. So, hey, it's gonna be weird for you, Zach. It's gonna be weird how that works out, but I'm here for it. Lions making the playoff run. I'm taking Detroit -2.5. I gotta believe. Until they can fucking shut me down like they do every year, I never get to get excited in December, especially on Christmas for the Lions football. So I'm gonna get excited this year, and I'm gonna take the Lions -2.5. So let's go to the next game. We got Luke up first again. Here we go. Luke, Cincinnati and New Orleans. I know you're muted already, so I'll let you take this time to unmute yourself. Cincinnati is heading to New Orleans. New Orleans is getting 3.5 points New England at home. The over-under is 41.5 points. And yet again, they are playing the Patriots. I know I said New Orleans twice.
Bill is always going to be Bill, but the Mac attack and the Patriots are not playing good.
No, that's facts.
Cincinnati's been rolling since they had their 0-2 start, and they're about to ruin that percentage and record because usually teams who start 0-2 don't make playoffs, and they're about to make playoffs because Cincinnati's about to roll through this game and win this game. It's probably going to be a slow start, but I think in the end it's going to be a bigger margin of victory.
Can't do it. I'm using my pass. I'm not touching this game. If you want me to throw you a lean, I'll throw you Cincinnati, obviously, but I'm not
I don't use my pass ever.
Can't do it.
All right, Chiefs +20 or
Even
-20.
though Sam Hubbard is out for this game, I do still feel like the Bengals should wrap this shit up pretty cleanly. -3. Because the Bucs defense, I think, is better than the Patriots defense right now.
Hey, you know what? Fuck it. Hey, how confident are you on that, Jesse? Like, for you, you really think y'all will do this?
We went in the AFC North, and it starts here.
All right, I'll take Cincy -3.
All right, fair enough. I mean, I was going to ride Cincy -3. I'm going to stick with it. I do love Bill, but Bill on the road is a different animal. Bill at home, for some reason, is kind of falling apart a little bit. So I'm going to take Cincinnati on the road here, -3.5 or -3 points.
Second best team.
Yeah, we're going to go with that. Next game we got up. Buffalo heading to Chicago. Chicago getting 8.5 points at home. The over-under set at 40.5 points to Luke.
Well, I mean, do we even really need to talk about it? The Buffalo's going to win this game.
I'm going to take Chicago +8.5 because Chicago's really good at staying in football games for no fucking reason and making you think they might actually win this game, but you know they'll blow it in the end, and they do. So I'm going to take Chicago to cover that 8.5.
Nah, I'm taking the -8.5.
Buffalo has failed to cover their last 3 spreads, and Chicago has covered their last 6. Just want to
Streaks are meant to end.
Just want to throw that stat in there while you're betting.
Buffalo ain't been hitting a lot of spreads. That is true.
Buffalo's been 0-3 their last spreads, and Chicago's been 6-0 their last 6.
Because Fields runs the spread away.
Because Fields, since he's been playing real football, yeah, he's been covering.
I am going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to take Buffalo -8.5. You know, hey, 0-3 in your last 3, whatever. Everyone's only looking at your last 3. If they're saying you're 0-3, I mean, maybe you're 1-4 in your last 4. And we're forgetting about that 1. So I'm going to take Buffalo to cover the spread here. I think Buffalo needs to reestablish themselves as a dominant force in this league. And if you're going to do it, Chicago is a good team to do it against, as long as you can find a way to make Justin Fields not look better than Josh Allen, which if that happens today, well, hey, whatever. That is what
Fuck
it is.
us all.
That's not how it's supposed to look. So that's what I'm taking.
Fuck us all.
I can say that's pretty accurate. Let's go to the next game, though, and I'm going to start this one, actually. I'm going to start this one because I told everybody earlier in the week what I thought. I told Dylan what I thought, and I told Dylan again the other day what I thought. I'm taking Houston's money line against Tennessee. Tennessee's -3.5. I didn't even put the over-under on here because I don't think anyone's going to touch it. Houston and Tennessee, I'm taking Houston. Houston needs a win. Tennessee's losing out, in my opinion. I'm taking Houston.
I am with you in Houston. They've been rolling the last couple weeks. They are due for a big upset win.
Yes.
This is the week, baby. I smell it.
I don't have the cojones right now that they do. I'm going to +3.5 for the Texans. I do think they'll cover.
I appreciate you.
Sorry. I can't write off Derrick Henry, who runs all over them every time they play him.
I was just about to say, there's only two people that calm my nerves down, and that's that Malik Willis has had one game starting against this exact team in Houston, and he threw it all over them. Derrick Henry ran the ball all over them. Derrick Henry runs the ball better against divisional teams when he's playing at home, which this game is in Tennessee. I like everything about the Titans winning this game. The only thing that concerns me is the fact that Houston, the last couple of weeks, has come out of nowhere playing amazing football, and Tennessee's been doing the opposite. So I'm going to take Houston +3.5. I got Tennessee winning.
We did not fully fumble that bag. I appreciate it.
I got Tennessee winning by a field goal, to be honest.
All right.
I'm irritated this whole game.
That's honestly, it's kind of how I felt this game would go. I'm cool with it.
I'm going to be bad this whole game. I already know. I'm going to be pissed off from the fucking kickoff.
He's already mad about this.
I can already
He's
feel
already mad. It's 10 o'clock. 11 o'clock.
That I'm going to receive off this football game. I can feel it.
Breathe, my friend. Breathe.
Don't
be mad already. Don't be mad.
I'm going to have Tyler right next to me the whole time, too, with this fucking
You got 2
Texans
more hours
money line.
before game.
You gotta give
Screaming
him
for the Texans.
You gotta give
I'm
him
gonna put 100 on the money line. I don't know.
Don't yell
That's
at
how I
him.
feel.
Just look at him like.
Texans. All right, next game we got up Seattle and Kansas City. Luke, we're going to you first. You love your Kansas City, don't you? Seattle at Kansas City -10.5 over under set at 50.5.
All right, ready for it?
No! Hey, let me say this before Luke picks.
No, I'm cooking it up already. Because
Don't. Just don't. If it's 10 or more, just leave it because it doesn't work.
We're going for it. Kansas City -20.5. It's happening this week, baby. Just with like the Texans upset.
Hey, God, this is Seattle. We watched them put up points.
Going in the way right now.
What do you think?
Why would you ruin your own play, bro? Why would you ruin your own play? You're gonna
Seattle's been playing dog shit football recently.
I have Seahawks money line. I played this game before, Luke. I played this game. There's no way. Don't hurt yourself.
It's okay.
It's
okay. At 5:30, he'll text the chat like, "I told y'all Seattle +10.5."
I told y'all Seattle money line from the
Because he actually took Seattle +10.5. Better not. You scallion. All right, we'll go to Jesse.
Right.
Seattle and Kansas City.
I got them in the bet.
I feel like this spread's nasty with what Kansas City's been doing. Seattle has been playing some bad ball. But Kansas City not that defense, to be honest. So, like, I'm pushing it over because I feel like Kansas City's going to get like 30. Seattle's still going to come up with 20. But I wouldn't put 10.5 into it. Over.
Yeah, we're in week 16 here. I'm not taking any spreads 10 or more. So give me Seattle +10.5. This is easy for me.
Hey, look, it's kind of easy for me too. We're late into the season, and Vegas is sleeping. The same way they slept on the Texans the last 2 weeks, they're now sleeping again because, like I said, Kansas City doesn't cover spreads. Why give them a 10.5 spread? No fucking clue. But it's an easy Seahawks play here at 10.5. Literally
easy.
There's I don't even know. Like, there's no reason not to take 10.5.
Use your brains here, people.
You just saw the Texans play Kansas City, guys. You just saw the Texans. The Texans overtime.
It just gotta
Anyways,
use a
yeah.
little bit of brain power.
Texans
a
are on a
little bit.
tear. The Texans are on a tear. That makes all the reason. It makes more sense. Kansas City minus 20.5 with the Texans upset this week, along with my other picks.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have a banging lay this Saturday.
That
this
didn't make
Saturday.
any goddamn sense. He
You
goes,
win
with
too
the
much
Kansas
money.
City game, you're right. That's more incentive. No, that would be less incentive for the 20.5, Luke. That should make you trust it less. I don't understand how your brain operates.
Streaks are meant to be broken.
And there it is. And we'll go to the next game. We'll stay on Luke here. Atlanta going to Baltimore. Baltimore favored by 6.5 here. I'll start it off by just saying I'm not taking Baltimore. The over-under is 34.5.
Come on, bro. 13-2 against the spread. Papa Arthur.
You got to trust
Well,
Atlanta,
considering
dude.
I got an update the other day that Lamar Jackson was out on my fantasy team, I'm taking Baltimore minus 6.5.
I asked for Christmas an Arthur Smith shirt, like I told you I wanted on this podcast, and I was gonna buy. I sent that in my Christmas shit. I'm taking Atlanta plus 6.5. He covers the
I can't
spread.
believe you just
He
let
puts
the
a smile on my
6.5
face.
Luke's slide. I can't believe you didn't have any outrageous comments to throw
What
at
did
Luke
Luke
for
say? I'm gonna
taking
be honest. I
Baltimore.
was already thinking about.
He took Baltimore minus 6.5 because he found out Lamar Jackson's not playing.
Yeah, that was just as wild as the take he made in the game before. So that maxes each other out.
But you don't have any comment?
Baltimore is the worst team. They're more fraudulent than Minnesota. They're more fraudulent than Miami. They're more fraudulent than Minnesota. They're more fraudulent than all these top teams that are winning games. They are bad. Baltimore, I've been saying it for 5 weeks now. The offense has not been in there. The defense, the main thing that's been holding them down in these games,
Tell 'em,
has been
Jesse.
inconsistent
They're
this year.
broken.
They are broken.
Their last 2 seasons have had double-digit injuries to starters. They
Tell 'em,
can't
Jesse.
fully win.
Yes, they are broken. Baltimore is broken. And you know what they got to do? They got to give all that money up to Lamar after the year.
They're going to be patched up
Atlanta
enough.
6.5. Luke, you are crazy.
Atlanta plus
Take
6.5.
down
Plus
the
6.
Atlanta spread.
All right, boys, we got to keep it going here. We got the next game up, Washington at San Francisco. San Francisco is favored by 6.5 here. The over-under is set at 37.5. Jesse, what do you got?
Chase Young's coming back.
Yes!
The boys
I wanted
back
to
in
see it.
town to join up on that D-line that's been playing some pretty good football. But this San Francisco team is scary, even without Debo. And I think Purdy's going to keep staying sturdy. So I'm going to take the minus 6.5.
Yeah, look, he's pretty sturdy. I get it, but Heineke is my fucking dog, and
Let's
this
go.
man ain't just gonna roll over and die because San Francisco plays good football. Heineke covers this 6.5 spread, no doubt about it. Chase Young only adds to the amount of percentage that he covers this by, and the amount of percentage that Washington has to actually possibly win this game. But hey, I'm not taking them to win this game. I'm taking them to cover 6.5. Give me Taylor Heineke and the fucking boys.
Hey, Ty's boy is playing. My boy is now playing. He's
Activated.
back. He's activated. He's off the IR. He's in. He's X-factored. First game back. He's gonna pop like a crazy motherfucker. He's gonna shut down. He's gonna be all over Purdy. He's gonna be all over his ass.
I don't know
He's
why.
gonna shut down. Is McCaffrey played? He's healthy, right? He's gonna shut down McCaffrey. He's gonna be fucking sacking Purdy. It's gonna be ugly for the offense.
I just realized something, and I don't know if this just took me now to realize. Luke, you a big old fan of Zeke and Chase Young. Some of your top favorite players in the league. Those are both Ohio State alumni. So once they get to the NFL, is the Michigan-Ohio State rivalry? Is that kind of like split off for you once you get to like?
About that.
Yeah, I mean it's
Just an odd coincidence, I think.
Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah.
I mean,
just wondered.
I mean, if there's an Ohio State guy that came play for the Lions, I mean, I couldn't hate him. He plays for the Lions.
Jeff Okuda.
I feel you. I really just wondered because I just realized that.
Jeff Okuda's a Lion. He's
Yeah,
an
we love
Ohio State
Okuda.
guy.
This
Okay.
year.
I mean, yeah. All right. Let's go to the next game here. We got Philadelphia at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 4.5. The over/under is
Game of the week.
7.5. And if you're wondering why Dallas is favored, it's because Jalen Hurts is not playing.
Give me Philadelphia +4 with Gardner Minshew, motherfuckers. Minshew madness is coming in. I'm pretty sure Dan Malatella, whatever the guy is who's the fucking singer on the O-line, told him to shave the beard. The stash is coming back for the game. Dallas is fucked, and I'm taking Philly. Minshew madness, baby!
If there's one thing that won't happen, it's Minshew madness versus Micah Parsons. That's not happening. All right?
I would.
If there's one thing that's not happening, it's Minshew mania against the Dallas Cowboys. All right? That's not gonna happen today. All right?
Dallas's defense.
Dallas. I don't give a fuck what they have or haven't been. All right? They were gonna be playing Jalen Hurts. Now they're not. Okay? So that's a big difference. Dallas is covering -4 here. Okay? I don't care what you think is gonna happen. Dallas is covering -4. All right? The Eagles, good football team. That's fine. But Jalen Hurts is 90% of your offense and the reason that it works so well. So, without Jalen Hurts, we'll see. I don't know how many reps Minshew's actually had with the first team, with Jalen Hurts being damn near the MVP of the league this year. But I think they're going to have a little bit of miscommunication. They're going to fall apart. It's not Minshew's fault, but it's Minshew's fault. I think Philly loses this game and Dallas covers.
I highly disagree. I think Philly's going to cover -4.
Yes! I'm with it, Luke. I'm fucking with it.
Minshew Mania is here. Dallas has been playing shit as of late, and this is not the game they're going to be coming back and answering the bell.
I agree.
I'm with the Minshew Mania.
Listen, I'm personally taking Philadelphia money line because I do not like Dallas in this matchup for the simple fact that the Eagles have the best O-line. Minshew's going to be protected. He's going to be able to make the moves he wants. Their running game is phenomenal. Minshew doesn't have to
I want to counter that
as much
immediately. I'm sorry.
What point?
The Eagles having the best O-line.
They have the best.
They have the best O-line by stat. Wait! Shut the fuck up! Because their quarterback can move and not get sacked. He can avoid sacks. No. There's other teams in the league, like the Lions, who have a quarterback that can't move out of the pocket. So is the O-line better, or is the quarterback better at avoiding sacks?
The O-line is better.
The O-line's been phenomenal.
Jason Kelce.
You gotta at least take into consideration what I said instead of just yelling at me.
I'm
talking more to the other one, the little one, tiny one.
I know.
It makes it easier for the O-line to get good stats, but I truly do feel that O-line is just so damn good.
They are good. I'm not saying they're not, but it does help a lot when your quarterback can take your mistakes and make them look like they weren't mistakes because he runs for 40 yards and touchdown.
Yeah, Baltimore would disagree.
I feel like they open it up.
Well, Baltimore is struggling right now.
I feel like they make it easier for Justin to do the running. I just think Minshew still got a little bit of legs. It's just at the end of the day, he got clipped for Trevor Lawrence.
He did.
So
they should have kept him too.
Yeah.
The 2 games he played in New York last year, correct me if I'm wrong, did he not ball out? For sure one of those games he made fucking the tight end at the time. Can't remember who it was.
Okay, Baker Mayfield came in the second half and balled out for the Rams. So, I don't need any fucking history lessons, all right?
I wasn't.
That doesn't change my mind. Baker Mayfield balled out for the Rams. Minshew can ball out for a game last year. It doesn't matter.
I got Philly money line.
Well, let's go on to the next game. We got Las Vegas and Pittsburgh. Dylan, Pittsburgh is favored -1.5 at home here. Over/under set at 38.5. I think they might be favored only because of the ceremony that's happening. I think there's too much nostalgia going on right now with the death of Franco Harris, the guy that made the immaculate catch for Pittsburgh, dying just 3 days before the ceremony, which is today. I don't know, man. This one's tough.
I'm not touching this game because I'm not going to lie, when it comes to both football teams, I feel like I don't need to do this to myself on Christmas. I want to have a good Christmas night on Christmas Eve, and I don't need to watch Pittsburgh and Las Vegas and stress out over these two teams. They don't need to do it.
You know what? For not that reason, but for the reason that I gave before when I was explaining the importance of this game to Pittsburgh, I will also not be betting this game because I think that Pittsburgh could definitely pull this game off, even though I think they're not better than Las Vegas. I think they could definitely win this game because of how important it is to the franchise. But I think Las Vegas, if they click on all cylinders, will win this game by 21 points. So at the same time, I'm not going to touch it. Okay? Not going to touch it. Anybody else?
You know, what's Mike Tomlin's record right now?
What's his record this year?
6-8. He can still go to his 500 that he hadn't dropped below in 10 years. So I think Pittsburgh's going to take this out.
And that's very fair. Mike Tomlin doesn't go over or under 500. It doesn't happen.
And it's 6-8. They got to win.
All right, Luke, we got you up next here. You're all so muted, but hey, I'm sure you'll fix that.
Fixed. You're going to have to give me Las Vegas Raiders. I got knocked out of playoffs with my team that I have Jacob, so now he's just probably going to go fucking absolutely nuts for the rest of the time he's playing.
And
so,
it does happen.
I mean, give me Vegas and the over.
All right, let's head into Sunday now. We'll go back to Dylan. First game on this Sunday slate. There's 3 games on Sunday. At 1 o'clock, Green Bay is heading to Miami, where it will be a nice 70 degrees, where everyone else is going through the shitter right now. Miami's favored by 3.5 at home. The over-under is 49.5 points. I honestly am going to, sorry, jack this real quick. I'm taking Miami minus 3.5. I need Green Bay to just lose. I have no other thing other to say than my bias. So that's it.
No, I agree 100%.
Choo-choo.
Hold up. I got to say this, and then I got to poop real quick. So let me just say this.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I need Miami 3.5. I think Miami's going to cover, and this is the only game on Sunday that I'm probably going to watch.
Damn. All right, we'll go to Jesse. We'll go to Jesse next.
Miami minus 3.5. I don't think Green Bay is going to be able to keep this a close game, but it is Aaron Rodgers. Don't care.
Honestly, if you want to get nifty with it, bump that up to minus 9.5 and slam it for Miami, baby. The Tua train's coming to town.
Why you do me like that? Don't need all that gluteus max.
Yeah, maybe we did. I don't know. You never know what the people really want. All right, we got the next game up here. We got Denver and LA. Jesse has already lost the LA hat, so we'll go back to him here. He was festive in the beginning, giving them some support. But Los Angeles plus 3 at home, over under 36.5. Jesse, what are you going with?
The light went out.
Oh,
They don't
yeah,
shine
it's worthless. It's worthless. All right, what do we got in this game?
Under.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
I don't believe in either.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick an under on it.
That's totally cool with that. Luke.
Denver.
Yeah,
Final answer.
I'm with that one. I'm going with Denver too.
Russ is back, baby.
I think Russ is gonna click. I think Baker's not back. I think this game's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna watch it, but I don't know. I probably won't be watching shit then. I'm not gonna watch basketball. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'll be in a predicament, but hey, I'm taking Denver minus the 3 points here.
Just watch it.
All right, last game we got for Sunday before we got the Monday game is Tampa Bay at Arizona. Now, this one seems a little controversial for Luke, but Tampa Bay heading to Arizona. Arizona is plus 7.5 at home, over under 39.5.
I can't just wear this jersey, Can't just wear this and not take Tampa Bay. So I'm smashing Tampa in this one.
Jesse, how you feel about that? You gonna smash Tampa too, or what?
Yeah, I am smashing Tampa. I like how they played against the Bengals, and the Bengals are just a different team, and I think Arizona cannot be led by Colt McCoy.
No, that's very true. I think for that reason alone, I have to take Tampa Bay minus the 7.5 as well. Tampa Bay, honestly, I thought you were going to cover that 10.5 spread earlier in the year, and you almost lost the game. But hey, this is a time to turn a new leaf, right, Tom Brady? So let's beat Arizona by at least 8 points. Dylan, what do you got?
Here's my question. How many fucking backup quarterbacks has Tom played this year? Holy fuck. I feel like
enough to get him to his possibly 8th Super Bowl.
Seriously, every week he's going up against the backup. It's ridiculous. I'm going to take
Hey,
Tampa.
how did Minnesota start the year?
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay minus
How
7.5.
did Cincinnati start the year?
Yeah, exactly. So, last game we got up, Dylan, we'll stay on you here. Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Chargers are heading to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are plus 4.5 in this game. They blew the biggest lead in NFL history last week. The over-under is set at 45.5.
All right, I am going to break my own rule, and I have given myself a rule that I do not bet on Chargers games on this podcast. If I take the over-under, is that breaking the rule?
No, because you're not picking the Chargers to win or lose, I guess. Technically, that's not breaking your rule.
Then I'm not
You
breaking
said you
my
wouldn't bet
rule.
on the Chargers. You're not
Then
betting on the Chargers.
Then I'm not breaking my rule. Give me the under.
All right. Jesse, what do you got?
Chargers minus 4.5. I think Herb's starting to wake up.
I wish I had the faith.
I'm not looking at Indianapolis.
Chargers fans don't have the faith, Dylan. It's okay.
Yeah.
Luke, what do you got? Nothing, because you're muted.
How?
Sorry, I was
Magic.
throwing $10 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win the Super Bowl this year.
You don't need to be muted for
he
that.
didn't want you to hear
What?
the sound effects that came with it, Dylan.
This is tough because Indiana sucks. The Chargers can't hold the lead or can't hold the loss.
Then don't play it.
I'm with Dylan. I'm betting the under.
Well, I don't not play it, Dylan.
I know.
Yeah, he plays
That's why
everything.
I'm telling you, Luke. You don't have to play this game.
Give
No one
me
is gonna
the
make you
Chargers.
play it.
Give me the Chargers because Indiana's or the fucking Colts are so down fucking bad. They can't come back. They're done for the season. That was the dagger of the heart for the rest of it. It's time to put them away and think about
See you
next
next
season.
Saturday, Indy.
No, see you
I'd
next
have to agree with Luke here, but I'm going to take the under. I do agree with Luke, though. I mean, look, Jeff Saturday lost on Saturday last week. So, the system's broken. The simulation is
Not
all
real
out of
anymore.
whack. Honestly, everything's just falling apart. So, I'm going to take the under in this game. And that will do it for this week's picks on Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. That was your week 16 slate, and you're getting it all on Christmas. So it's holiday season now, So now we just get to go sit back, watch a bunch of football, and I don't know, eat maybe 10 pounds of food. Sounds about right.
We eat in sending big shits. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think you're agreeing with yourself, and I couldn't agree more.
If you're at your auntie's house and you sick of her shit, clog her toilet and leave it there.
Hell yeah, just like Dylan would do.
I wore my fucking hair back today. I legitimately had my hair looking exactly how I did last podcast. Took the hat, pushed it all the way back so no hair was in my face because I was like, I'm not going to give him the chance to make that fucking joke again. That's ridiculous. Anyways, you want to get into these? You want to get into these downtown cash picks before we close it out here?
No.
All right. So what do you want to do, Luke?
Nah, here's what I want to do.
hold
I
on.
actually want to cancel downtown cash picks, and I actually want to do something else instead for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll end the podcast. So with that being said, we'll be right back, and then I'll tell you what that is.
What's going on, guys? Tyco here, taking a quick break in the action to tell you about sixpackcoverage.com. You can go on there and check out all your favorite sports, finance, food and travel, fitness, and entertainment podcasts. They've got it all on there, as well as content from all of your favorite colleges, with more on the way and more added every day. So make sure you check that out, as well as the merchandise tab. Be sure to get all of your six-pack coverage gear at the merch tab there with the hats, flags, all that good stuff. Make sure you guys check it out today, sixpackcoverage.com.
All right, so we're back. So here's what I want to do for the next 5 minutes of this podcast, just to end out today's podcast. It is the Christmas edition of Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. So I have a question for everybody, and I will get an answer from everybody, and I hope it's not controversial. However, here's the question. So, question is, what is your favorite holiday tradition? That's the first question that you do, with your family, with whatever. What's your favorite holiday tradition? Okay,
What's
first
the
question. Second question, what is the worst gift you've ever given to somebody else? Dylan, we'll start with you. Favorite holiday tradition, worst gift you think you've ever given to somebody else? Where you were like, damn, maybe I fucked up.
Dude, I feel like I would know this if I genuinely could think about it. But I really don't. Okay, I'll start off with tradition. Best holiday tradition is just the fact that every year I don't think there's been a Christmas that I haven't been around family. So the fact that I am with family every year, you could call it boring or whatever, but I like that tradition. I like the fact that, no one wants to be by themselves by Christmas. So I'm blessed for that. And then I think the worst gift I ever got. Oh, actually, you know what? I got you. 3rd grade. I stole Mom's necklace from her jewelry box, and I gave it to a girl on the playground for Christmas because she was my girlfriend at the time in 3rd grade, and she realized in the span of an hour that this was my mom's. So she just threw it on the playground and left it in the middle of the field because she was like, nah, he don't give a fuck about me. He didn't buy this for me. This is his mom's. But never told me that. And so all this time I thought she had the necklace, but it was just sitting in the playground until a month later. My buddy Riley picked it up and he was like, is this the gift you got for your girlfriend? I was like, yeah. That's my story.
Oh my God.
Sorry about that, bless me.
Yeah.
Well, that's something.
And I love that you can validate that it's a true story.
I remember when you did that shit. Yeah. Oh my God.
Goofball.
Wow.
It was a snowflake necklace.
Oh, snowflake necklace. You were thinking
Yeah,
seasonal.
he's getting in there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was thinking seasonal.
He was at least using his head a little bit.
I put the little extra.
One of his heads was working that day. I don't know.
One of
Jesse, what about you? Favorite holiday tradition, and if you can think of it, the worst gift you've given somebody.
My favorite holiday tradition, definitely the whole putting up the tree. I don't know what it is. I just enjoy putting the tree up with the people in your home.
That's fair.
That's my.
Because I remember when we lived together, you were like, "Man, I can't wait to put up the tree." Yeah, you're like,
"Is it
"We're gonna
therapeutic?
put up the tree tomorrow." Okay.
Yeah, it is, bro. It's nice therapy. You get to just waste some time away putting this thing up, and then you don't want to take it down because you did all the stuff to put it up. But the holidays pass, you gotta do what you gotta do. But then there's also people that have Christmas trees up year round. You mentioned that they're weird.
They're just weird.
Sorry.
We don't gotta talk about that.
Sorry if you do that. You're just weird. I hope I do.
As long as you know you're weird, it's all good.
All right, Jesse. Now, if you can think of it, what is the worst gift you've ever gifted somebody?
I think looking back on it, the worst gift I ever gave was my friend a 5th of Fireball, and just looking back on Fireball, I probably shouldn't have done that. But it chose something better.
Didn't even get him the expensive stuff either. You know what I mean? I guess if he drinks Captain religiously, it's okay, right?
I mean, I won't state our ages at this time, and we'll leave it there.
So it was a matter of how you were able to get the Captain. It might have been important at the time.
Well, I guess.
Favorite tradition? What do you got?
Oh, I like the whole gift giving and receiving because I like to be creative and stuff and show my creativity side. So I like to get a little artsy and creative with the gifts, with what I'm wrapping up for people to make it look really good and everything, and then to see their reaction when they see the gift, because I like to try and go in on my gifts. I don't just try and get something that I just fucking buy something quick. I try to actually get some thought into that, regardless if it had the price. At least there's some hella thought behind it, which is useful to that person at least.
Exactly.
And then vice versa, I like to see what other people get me, just to see how they think about me and everything,
Oh, definitely. So worst gift you've ever gifted somebody else?
I've been thinking about that for a while. It's really hard to think.
Gotta be hard for someone that gives all that thought, you know what I mean?
Luke's like, I don't give great gifts.
Luke just spent
never thought wrong
There's
once.
so much thought into these gifts, and now we're supposed to say By the way, that process you have for these great gifts,
See,
which one did you fuck up on?
the only one I could think of, but it's more funny than bad, was the banana hammock that I got you that one Christmas.
Yeah, no, you got it for me. I can second that. Yeah,
Validate that, Tyler.
I can say that it's probably the worst gift I've ever received, but
It was so funny.
in the 2 times that I have actually worn it were 2 of the most hilarious experiences of my life. So I think that those 2 times might have been worth the god awful purchase. But hey, he had to spend his hard-earned money on that. So
That was so funny.
I mean, is it really my loss? I don't think so.
It's
but my-
it's almost so bad it's great.
It is. It really is. And I think there was also a box of pussy breath mints that came in as well that year. So that was cool. Luke clearly thought something of me. Anyways, moving on. My favorite holiday tradition is honestly kind of a combination between Dylan's and Luke's. I love getting together with the whole family for the holidays. Me and Dylan personally, most of our entire family is all guys. Like my dad has 2 brothers. His brothers all had boys, so it's just a big boy get together when we get together for the holidays. So love seeing the boys and love giving gifts. I like getting gifts, but like honestly, I feel awkward when I'm getting gifts because like everyone's looking at me and shit. So I like giving people gifts and like, hey, like look what I got for you. Open this shit, you know. So I like that part a little bit more than I like actually getting shit because like I buy myself shit. I don't need stuff, but you know, like I just kind of feel awkward sometimes. But the worst gift that I ever gifted, actually, I thought was going to be yesterday. So here's a funny story. Bookie, if you're watching, this is going to be interesting. So I got you that autographed Packers jersey, right? I had absolutely 0 clue who the fuck that guy was when I purchased it. I did not look beforehand to make sure that he was someone that was good. I had 0 fucking clue as to who
I
that
asked
guy
him
was.
in the car.
I didn't know his first name. I only knew his last name. And literally last night while we were driving to like go to Nick's, right? I before we left, I looked up on my phone. I said number 36 for the Packers, and there was like 3 options. And I was like, all right, it must have been this one. This safety was fucking sick. He's got a fucking top 20 highlight play on YouTube. So I watched that and I was like, okay, cool. This guy's actually sick. Then I realized he was on the Super Bowl team. And then you brought that up to me when I gave you the gift. So it was like the sketchiest thing I've ever done because I was like, I don't really know who this fucking guy is. So I'm not sure if it's going to go over well, but it went over well. So, I mean, probably the worst gift I ever gave because I wasn't really sure how it was going to go over, but it went over well. But it was probably like the sketchiest thing I think I've ever done on Christmas where I was like not sure whether or not it would go over well.
That's great.
I was kind of nervous, man. I was like, I hope this Collins guy was good, or else I'm in the doghouse. I kind of feel like,
Pull it up.
You gotta get on bad ideas sometimes, you know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes you hit that plus 500 random Christmas idea, or maybe I don't know. But that's what we have for today's episode. So I hope that you guys all get to enjoy your holidays this weekend with your family and watch plenty of football. Football starts in just a little over an hour and a half here. So if you guys are getting ready, make sure you strap in, get your bets placed. We have plenty of bets going around here. If you guys just go back and watch the rest of the podcast, it's on YouTube. You can check it out at our YouTube page today on Ride the Tide Sports Podcast. It'll be posted by tomorrow for the Sunday games and everything else on Six Pack Coverage. If you want to rewatch, that's totally up to you. Other than that, we will see you guys on Wednesday when we recap this weekend's podcast and give you some puck luck pick and downtown cash picks. Until then, I'm going to let the rest of these guys just happily wave at you, and I'm going to dip out because happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.
Peace.
You're impaired and you know it. Don't drive.
No drinking and driving.
What he
No
said.
eggnog and road hogs.
What he said.